Well, good morning. Welcome to Allen's Day. It's a beautiful day out here today at the shop. We're working on that 2010 Pete RV hauler. Let's go inside and see what the guys got working on here. So, brought it down here. I do some of the stuff at home, some at the shop. This is a prototype RV hauler that we've got going on here. And there's a few little unique things that we're doing. I'll get your camera turned around here and get you in there and see what we got. So, got the Peterbilt back from having a little bit of motor work done, put some rods and mains in there, and went through it. Now the next mission is we are putting some toolboxes under each side there. Just trying to figure out how to get them put in there and where we're going to put them in there. We went with some 24 by 24, and by this is a 48 here. Yeah, that 24 height is getting a little high on there, but we're definitely going to be above the fairing height yet on the sides there. We should be okay. So more storage the better. So we got a 48 inch on this side, and then we've got maybe they even got on here. We've got a 18 inch and then a 60 inch that's going to fit underneath this side here. Once we get those done, I'll get you in here. I did end up putting a guard on the exhaust stack over there so we don't cook that solar panel out when it's doing a regen. That exhaust pipe gets pretty hot on there. And then one of the next missions that we have to do today is we've got to put some suspension straps on there to keep the airbags from going up to overextending. If we ever had to pick up the back of the bed with a forklift to lift it up, we don't want to put the pressure on the airbags. We want these suspension straps to limit the travel on those. So that's another thing the guys are going to put in today. Once they get that put in, it'll be back to my place, and I just keep putzing on this. So I'll show you when we got something to put together on here. Well, just got the Peterbilt back to the house here and start to work on it. A couple things I got to do is I got to put the RV not for hire signs on each side. I've got some steering stabilizer to put on the front there. I'll show you that. Well, I've got that right inside the door here. That's this big shock that goes on here. I put one of these on the motorhome. Not too bad of a deal. Safety plus. Steering stabilizer goes on there. That's on the list for this weekend. The guys did a great job at the shop mounting the toolboxes, and I just had to haul some wood back from the shop. So this flatbed works out pretty good. Just put some 4x4s on there, and I dropped the air out of the hitch, and that way I've got a flat surface on there that I can still utilize the bed without that fifth wheel hitch. And then when I need that up, I open the side door up and turn the air back on, turn the regulator up, and that air hitch pops back up out of the bed and it's ready to go. A couple other little things I got to do on here is still messing with these airbags under here. As I mentioned last time, I put 4 airbags on here. You can see the airbag system in here, and these are all set up on a valve where I can turn this air pressure down. Instead of a normal 125 pounds of air pressure going to the airbags on the system here, I can turn these down to 50 pounds if I need to, just to soften the ride up. And then one other thing just had to do today is put a strap on here, suspension strap. So right now ride height from here to in order for the drive angle to work is 13.5 inches. But if you ever got on the back of the unit, lifted it up with a forklift to change the tires or inspect it or do anything, what happens is you overextend these airbags and put too much load on there. So that is the reason for that suspension strap. That way, if you lift up on the back of the truck, it'll only go another 3.5 inches, and then you lift the axle up with that strap. So life lesson here, I gotta put the suspension strap. I need to do that also on the motorhome. I'm gonna have to come up with a system to put one of those on each corner of the motorhome, so when I put the leveling jacks out, I'm not overextending the airbags on there. So that's the list, and Taz is out here to help me and check out what's going on. So we got that on the list. These are the guys that did some work on it also this week. I sent it down there. They did some work with the driveline system. They put a center carrier bearing on there. So it is going to be all set for our trip we're leaving on this week, heading down to Tennessee, then down to Mississippi with this. And we are going to be pulling the trailer with this air ride hitch. So I'll bring you back when we got that set up. And this unit, it's a work in progress. This is a prototype, all based around that multi-hitch there. And then we did the bed and a few other items on here. So we're just trying to figure out, is this something we can make productionable, easy enough that make it as sort of a kit, make all these parts up and put these on as part of our product line. So just keep working away on it one step at a time. I'll bring you back once I got a few things hooked up and working on a few individual items here. Oh, also I got a refrigerator in there that I got to get hooked up. I got a 12-volt refrigerator. That's the latest and greatest thing, is those 12-volt compressor refrigerators. I'll see how that works, how much draw. So between the solar up there, the APU on the other side, we should be able to keep those 4 batteries charged up underneath there. So talk to you guys later. Well, it's time to back to Peterbilt in the garage, and same that I do with the motorhome is anytime I'm backing into a garage, I like to, whenever I get a chance, you can see the light right there. I've got that Milwaukee M18 light. I set it down for my target where I want to hit it, and I just aim towards that, and if I know I'm heading towards the light, I'm safe. I'm not crashing into anything on the other side, but still keep an eye on the other mirror. So let's get this thing backed up in there. So we just keep aiming towards the light, and you'll be lining up pretty straight on there. Plenty of room on the sides on both sides, but I still like to just use it as a little extra on there, because you can see or maybe I don't know if you can see, but on that side the workbench, it's coming up there pretty close, and I feel a little more comfortable that I know exactly where the back end of this truck is heading, because I've got it lined up with the light there. So well, I'll get it the rest of the way back in here and bring you guys back when I got something exciting to show you. Well, we got the truck backed in here successfully. All that light does, it just increases your odds of success when you're backing up. And what this is a Milwaukee M18 light. I carry this in the truck itself, and I put it in one of the side boxes on here. I also carry this in the motorhome. It's just a real nice light for anytime you're working on anything. And then also I'll always put a block, 6x6 block or 4x4, where I'm going to be backing into as my target. That way all I'll do is bump into that, and I know I'm located where I'm supposed to be in the garage here, so I don't have to be doing hit or miss. Well, let me show you the regulator I have that's set up for the multi-hitch there. So in the side box over here, I've got some regulators set up in here. So for the hitch, right now there's a dump valve on there. I got the hitch down, and down in here I've got a regulator. One of these is for the hitch. This one's for the airbag. This is all just sort of a prototype setup I have there. Eventually I can clean this up a little bit, but I got a main shutoff valve right here that supplies the air to this regulator. I'll go ahead and this is my dump right here, and I will air the system up, and you can see that hitch is coming up. So now that the hitch is up, I've got that set with a leveler valve. We're sort of right in the middle of where the bags are at. Then we can just come in here and we can, once we get a trailer loaded on here, we can play with this air pressure just to see where it rides nice, and also enough air pressure to support it. With the airbags, we've got the same setup here. We've got a main shutoff here. And then we can just shut this off, and we can dump the system here. And typically on these trucks, you'd run 2 airbags back there per axle, and you'd have that all the way up to about 125 pounds is what they typically set at, or at least this truck is set at. So now, and somebody may have to correct me on this, how this is my thought process. I can just go ahead and I can turn this regulator down here, and I can adjust this. The ride height is still going to be the same off the leveling valve that I have on there, but now I just got a softer ride. Now I've got 4 airbags running at 60 pounds compared to 2 of them running at 120. My guess is, and we'll find this out on the trip, how well it really works, is that it's going to be a nice smoother ride on the back of this, the bed of this truck, because you don't have all that air pressure. You can fine tune it. So that's a little bit about the air system for the hitch and the airbags, and we'll know once we hit the road with this, and I'll tell you how it worked out. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.